Today in government class, we are going to learn about politics and demographics. First, we should probably talk about what demographics are. Demographics are data or information about human populations. Demographics can include a variety of factors, like age, race, and the region in which a person lives. Demographics reflect a person's background and upbringing and affect how people think and what they believe. When we study demographics, we can learn about people and their political beliefs. Let's take a broad overview of demographics in the United States. According to the 2010 census, there were over 308.7 million people living in the United States. Of those 308.7 million people, 65% were non-Hispanic Caucasian, 15.4% were Hispanic, 13.5% were African Americans, 5% were Asian, and 1.2% categorized themselves as other. In addition to racial and ethnic groupings, another way to categorize someone's demographics is by looking at where they live. Rural means of or relating to the country people or life, or agriculture. Urban, on the other hand, means of or relating to the city. In 2010, about 80% of Americans lived in urban areas, whereas only 20% of Americans lived in rural areas. When it comes to politics, this can be an important demographic difference because the needs of those two groups are very different. Those living in urban areas may want the government to pay for better public transportation, like bus routes and subways, while those living in rural areas may want better paved roads. In general, the government tends to respond more to the wants and needs of those living in urban areas as they make up a bigger percentage of the population. In addition to urban and rural, there is another way to divide the United States based on location. The United States is divided into 4 main geographical regions: the Northeast, South, Midwest, and West. The last 2 censuses have shown that the South and West are the fastest growing regions by population. These areas have earned the nickname the Sun Belt due to their warm temperatures. In contrast, the regions in the Northeast and Midwest have grown much more slowly. These regions are sometimes referred to as the Rust Belt because they are home to older industrial cities. The location of a state can dictate its residents' concerns. For example, people in dry California may be concerned about utilities like energy and water, while residents of Ohio may be concerned about protecting jobs in the automobile and steel industries. Due to the size of the population in the Sun Belt states, their concerns tend to draw more attention from the federal government. Another demographic that can be useful to study is age. Age often plays a big role in an individual's political beliefs, and in 2010 there were over 40 million baby boomers in the United States. Baby boomers are Americans born between the end of World War II and 1964. This means that the government will need to spend more money on Social Security, Medicare, and other programs that meet the needs of the elderly population. Speaking of money, income is another demographic that affects government policy. In 2010, the median income in the United States was $49,445. Median means in the middle. This means that 50% of the population made over $50,000 and 50% made less than $50,000. This was a decrease from the median income before the economic recession in 2008. When people's incomes decrease, so does the amount they pay in taxes, meaning the government has less money. However, if people have less money, they often need more government help. But due to receiving fewer taxes, the government then has less money to give. Taking a broad view of each of these demographics, we can see that the United States has a population that is very diverse in its backgrounds and needs. This diversity can actually have a positive effect when it comes to politics in a democracy. Pluralism is a political theory that argues that in areas with diverse populations, These different groups of people have influence over a variety of issues, and this pluralism or diversity helps prevent a country from being governed by one small elite group.